Welcome back to Two Extra. I'm Frank.
And I'm Wendy.
And today we're talking about friendship and dating friends and dating friends of friends and friend zones and all that good stuff. Right, Wendy?
Right?
So where you want to start? Let's just chit chat.
Um,
Have you ever dated a good friend of yours?
he wasn't a good friend. He was a friend, and he was, yeah, it was okay, fine. He was a good friend, and he was my best friend's other best friend. So that was a little weird.
Because when there's tension, your
Best
best
friend is there in the middle. He was
and
very,
he must have loved that.
he was very upset about that entire situation, but you know,
Well,
it
people
is
me-
what it is.
People ask me a lot, like, about dating my best friend, who's a guy. I know your best friend is a guy.
I want those people.
Would you ever consider dating him?
Your best friend? No, that's not what you were. What is it you was gonna ask me?
Dating your best friend. Would you ever date your best friend?
Oh no.
I mean,
Oh.
well, he's engaged now, so
I would hate
let's not put his
him.
business on the
I would
internet,
hate
but-
him as a person in that way.
Okay. You know too much, right?
Yeah.
I think people don't
And
get
we are
that.
complete opposites in terms of, you know, some philosophies about relationships and stuff. And I can do it.
What about dating friends of friends? Like, would you date a friend of mine?
If you were okay with it, then yes.
You would ask for my permission?
I would ask your permission.
Would you let me date a friend of yours?
It depends on who it was. It depends on who it is. You would have to ask my permission as well.
Okay, we'll talk after we.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like if everybody's an adult about it
Yeah.
and don't like try to drag people into the mess per se.
You feel like 2017 messier than 2016, now that you mentioned mess? Like, I heard somebody saying that this is like the year of the side chick. Like,
Oh yes. So before, you used to be almost, well, not
embarrassed.
to kind of be like, not even embarrassed. It was just you're the side chick or the outside woman and you trying to keep it on the low.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to events in the last couple months where the DJ is bigging up all the side chicks and the girls are like, yeah! And I am not sure.
I saw it advertised, wifey versus side chick, when the girl was saying, what is her name? Barkeisha was saying it's all about the 4-4, suck, lick, bite, bull.
Suck, lick, bite, bull. Anything, balls and everything gon' go.
Lick? Did I say lick? I feel like I said lick. Suck, lick, bite,
Like, how
bull.
people stop, but you click to us.
You click to it. You feel like if it's like causing like, I don't want to get like down to the moral fiber of society,
Yeah.
but you feel like if it's causing like a breakdown in our morality, like this whole bigging up the side chick, bigging up the horns like rain, they can fall on everybody. What do you think about it?
I don't even like you said. I don't want to break it down into morals and stuff. I just generally find that everything has kind of deteriorated in terms of, you know, the sanctity of relationships and stuff, and it's just the norm. Like before, like I said, you would be the side chick or you would have an outside woman, and it would be like, we gotta keep this on your low. Now people just tell you flat out.
As a side chick.
Or the men just come to you and be like,
I got a girl, will you both?
I want you to be my outside woman. Or the ones that, and I laughed at this with Honey Gal, Melissa, on Instagram around Valentine's Day, how somebody was sliding into your DMs trying to talk to you, but then on Valentine's Day they got a post, love of my life, my boo, post all the pictures that they get to the woman is like, but yesterday you was trying to get me to like say you nudes though, like I'm so confused. And that's the next thing, that social media now plays a very integral role in the hardening of people or the setting up of hardening or...
You think it made it harder? I feel like social media and like its popularity has made it harder to be
in a relationship.
In a small corner of the world, period, in a relationship or not.
Basically, okay, so there's Tinder, which is obviously about dating, where you swipe left. But then Instagram, you swipe up and down and pick who you want her your body with. Like literally, if you put a picture of you looking cute, that's basically somebody that's just looking. They may not even be looking. Somebody come and find you attractive and send you a message. It might not even start out as anything, but I have issues with
But
those.
isn't that a good thing though? Because it's like
could
creating
be-
a new space to meet people in.
If you and the person are both available,
Yeah.
which is generally not the case, and even if
Do you feel like you're available till you're married? I had this
No.
this conversation the other day, like where people are like, well, he's not married, so technically he's single.
I feel like
he
that's
has
bullshit.
to pick single when he's filling out a form. So is he still free game?
that is bullshit. You
So
don't
you
meet
would not-
somebody,
yeah.
like them, and marry them tomorrow.
True.
So then, like, in all of that space of time,
All
it's
the
like,
time that he's
oh,
dating, it
well,
counts.
I may marry you, but here I am, just gonna, like, I don't even.
But don't we know happily married people though that would tell you stories like I had to even like back in your parents' time,
Yeah.
it's like I stole her from somebody else. She used to walk to school with John every Saturday for lessons, but I was looking at her at the standpipe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am not justifying it. I am not here for hurting people. I feel like with open and honest communication, like we could settle this whole discussion one time.
True.
But I don't. Let me get my words together before somebody like scald
Read
me
you, yeah.
and read me and drag me and everything.
Because it's a
But
very touchy.
it is a touchy topic,
topic.
and I can't be out here talking about hooray for the side chick, and then somebody drop two horns and a friend of mine and like, girl, we both upon all black, we both are sliding
You
this
ain't kill this
nigga
bitch.
gap in neutral. And then we both had drag somebody out to the house. I know you're talking about it like it really happened. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I feel like one, social media is not
problematic.
but it's not the curse that people act like it is. The problem is people.
It's people.
Because like, your grandfather had like 6 girls in the gap and 6 children that only for the boy wanted at the funeral, and he had an Instagram. But so like if you
It
would
makes
just use
it
it for
easier,
good,
but
it'd be
it's
fine.
definitely people.
People are the problem. And then with open and honest communication, like if you meet somebody, they're in a relationship where they really shouldn't be checking for you, but let me say, oh my god, it's mad passion and you can't help it, then just be like honest with your partner, like, look,
Yeah, I find that this is not working.
I met somebody and I ain't even really sure how I feel right now, you know? I know it sounds a little too Dawson's Creek to be for real, but
I would prefer
you
that
can only
though.
try.
I find that people, and I usually say men, but let me not just, say men. People want to have their cake, want to eat their cake, want to have ice cream, also want to have some jello, and it can't work.
Giving you
though.
diarrhea.
Exactly.
Everybody getting sick.
All that stuff can't be on a plate. That's nasty. Like, that's a very interesting analogy.
How do you, because I find in 2017 too, I guess because we getting older, we getting a little better at writing off people. Like, you'd be like, new pussy, who this? Like, I can't take your call no more. Like, how do you shut down situations that you realize are unhealthy? Like, how do you shut it down? Do you cut people off completely? Like me, I know it doesn't even have to be unhealthy. I just have to be uncomfortable, and I just run for the hills, block, delete, boy, scramble your signal. You can't reach me no more. How do you deal with it?
I don't like confrontation.
So you sound like me.
Yeah, so I might not necessarily block and delete you, but I will just ignore you. Like, people will message me, and I will take 3 days to respond. And then, like, just keep just getting real distant until they just stop trying. And I've butt up on a lot of people in the last maybe year or so that I kind of have started to like, and then something just turned me off because it's very easy for me to just stop liking people. And then was like, so you just stopped talking to me? And I'm like, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But we just talked about open and honest communication. So going forward, we're going to do better. Wendy and I. We're going to do much better.
I'm not sure. I can't change at this point. I don't feel like...
No, man. You can't teach an old bitch new tricks.
And then too, usually if I stop liking somebody, it's usually something that they did that for me, and I guess this has to do with open and honest conversation, that I feel is something that I should not have to tell you. Like, people just come with some things that I be like, what do you mean? Like, okay, so
you're supposed to be a grown-ass
yeah,
man.
never mind. There are a lot of them lacking nowadays.
But we have a few, and we brought 1 or 2 to talk to you in a new segment that we have called Grown-Ass Man.
Grown-ass man.
Check it out.
Now, parents, turn on your antenna. Yes. Come good and show them what you can do.
Oh no, that's breaking the bro code. Never do it. Never do it. Anybody who dates their friend's girl can't be a friend to their guy friend. Full stop. Not gonna happen. Next question. Well, I have dated girls that I was friends with. I think being friends with someone can give you some insight into what it would like to be with them, but sometimes you just don't want to mess up that relationship that you've built. So I would say you can date someone, but not that you've been friends with for too long, because you're going to ruin the relationship inevitably. Oh, big time. Oh, and it hurt so bad. It hurt really, really bad. Yeah, I was friend zone once. Really into this girl. Got the courage to tell her how I felt, and then after that, it was a soft letdown. It was a soft dismissal. She didn't say no. She was just like, well, yeah, you know, you're my friend, and I don't want to ever ruin that. Ouch. Yeah, I'd be friend zoning them all the time. I'm just honest. I'm just honest with them. Women are very intelligent, so I mean, she's gonna know that you're friend zoning her. So I just say, you know, hey, you're really cool and all, but I'm just not into you like that. So I think it's best that we be friends. They dislike me for a bit, but I think they respect me for it in the long run. I can be, and I definitely was before I decided to get engaged. I just think as a young dude, men are different to women, so we don't think as much about the emotional. We do a lot of things that can hurt women. We lead on women. We tell them things just because we want to get to a particular place. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. And in that regard, you kind of disregard their feelings and emotions. So yes, I have been a femme, but I learned from that. So I'm no longer a femme. I leave that femme behind me.
Here I stand, a grown-ass man, all by myself.
So in conclusion, dating friends is not cool. That's the general consensus. Even though two things I want to say about that, I feel like you have to know your friends.
Yeah.
To, you know, and if you have like somebody that's a real friend that you could talk to them about the situation, you know, then that's fine too. But also, I found what Tremaine said was very funny.
Yeah.
That, you know, it's against the bro code, because I have experienced a lot of groups of males who have kind of passed a person around. So I thought that was a little, yeah, like, you know, you don't want to say it like that, but I thought that it was like, I thought that meant, I know with girls it's definitely like, you know, like, you ain't gonna date my ex, man.
For me.
No matter how much I hate him, and especially if I hate him.
It's a no.
I actually had that situation where a friend of mine, she fooled around with one of my exes who I had a really terrible relationship with. Mm-hmm. And then when he hurt her feelings, she came to talk to me about it. And I was like I was really
all
confused.
All circuits are busy.
So like in situations like that, this is why women don't play them games.
Well, for me, if he and I were serious, like, and you'll be able to tell, you'll know me, because I always doing some type of feelings. You'll know without even asking. Yeah, but when you ask, it's like, girl, go on, like that. That was 2 minutes in for
I know who is off limits.
Exactly.
For you.
And I think, like, in a friendship, you already know, don't even go there. But let's say, God forbid, and I try to be open-minded for 2017, that you cannot get this man off your mind for the last 6 months, talk to your girlfriend. Talk to her and tell her, girl, would you mind if, and just put your cards on the table. But, yeah, I know you're giving me that look, but I feel as though if you feel like you must, because I had to have this conversation already with my ex-boyfriend when I wanted to date a friend of his, and by the time I got to him, his friend had already gotten to him. And we went on one date, and we were like, it's not as great an idea as we thought initially. And that was a wrap. Nobody got hurt just by having conversations. So that's the gist of today's episode. If you're going to date a friend, if you're going to date a friend's friend, if you're going to put somebody in the friend zone,
friend zone.
Talk about it. Yeah, the friend zone is real.
Where I live.
So thanks for watching another episode of 2 Extra with Wendy and Frank. And next on 2 Extra, we'll be telling you about the whitewashing of Barbados. Just kidding. Just a cute, fun episode called Harbor Weights that I think you'll enjoy. You think so too? She says she's gonna be mute on this topic, so I'll do the show by myself. Thanks.
Remember we all making like hardcore points look to the people.
Yeah.
Stop harming your women.